Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 20, and we're going to be looking at two sneak peeks we got for the episode. I'm very excited to talk about these sneak peeks. I'm very excited for this episode. In my trailer breakdown, I was talking about how this is one of those episodes that feel like the most season 11 because it's a direct continuation of season 10 episode 16, which was the original finale. So we got two sneak peeks with the Commonwealth. Very excited to talk about them. Obviously, general spoiler warning in case you are not caught up with The Walking Dead. And then also, if you're a fan of the show, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of Walking Dead content coming up. But other than that, let's get into the video. So the first sneak peek we have is of Princess, and she is in one of those trucks where they're putting the group. They're separating everybody, locking them up. I think they may be moving them. I think they're transporting them maybe to the Commonwealth location. I don't know why they have them all separate. Maybe it's because they want to ask them questions, or maybe they're taking them in different places. I don't think they would do that. I think the Commonwealth, as far as I know, they have one big base. So I think that's where they're all headed. But we have Princess here. And I like the way the scene is designed, for sure. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Season 7 premiere with Rick. And I'll explain what I mean by that in just a moment. But here we have Princess. She's having a panic attack while she's, trapped inside of this place. And this is something that her character deals with a lot, like anxiety and panic attacks. And in the comics, we did learn that she had a, rough childhood. And there was even a situation where they explained to us that she was abused and locked in a closet. So it makes sense for her to have this panic attack here, being locked inside of this truck. And she's trying to calm herself down, she's moving around and saying, she's naming capitals of states and trying to calm herself down. And while she's having this panic attack, we're flashing to what happened before she gets put inside of this truck. And that's what I meant earlier when I said it kind of reminded me of that Season 7 premiere when when we had Rick present day, but then it kind of flashed back to what Negan was doing. So it's kind of similar to that because she's having a panic attack and she's remembering everything, she's getting the flashbacks of what was happening, just a moment ago with the Commonwealth. And we even have some voiceover here, the Commonwealth guy's like, "Come on, move." And King Ezekiel, we can hear him. He's like, "Take it easy. Where are we going?" And, stuff like that. And we also have that scene where the Commonwealth hits Yumiko. We saw that in the trailer. So apparently that happens. Yumiko, I think, was trying to help Princess or something like that. I think they were trying to take Princess away to question her. And Yumiko starts running after her to leave her alone. And, the Commonwealth person hits her. We also have this shot. And you can see, this is a pretty cool shot. You can see her reflection there. And I think this is the guy who was questioning Princess, and we'll see that in the sneak peek also. And that may be Lance Hornsby, and I'll explain who that is in a little bit. He's our comic character. But yeah, basically we're just getting the moments where episode 16 ended off, and just splitting up the group and everyone's sort of panicking. And Princess inside this truck, and she eventually calms down, and she sees these these bags or something like that on the ground, and she's looking around. She may be possibly looking for a weapon or something, because she was digging through it and was disappointed that she couldn't find anything. And then she hears the Commonwealth people talking, and she looks, she peeks through the open space inside of the truck, and we can't really hear the Commonwealth people too much. We hear them say copy that, and then they talk and copy that, and then they start laughing. So we don't really get to see too much of them, but yeah, I'm very excited to see what their deal is. This is something that I'm very excited about to see on the show, because the Commonwealth in the comics, they're a bit of a mind-blowing group. How big they are. Something that we've never really seen before. Now, in the TV show, we have the CRM, so, we're sort of used to these big civilizations, but as much as, they've teased the CRM, we still don't know too much about them. So it's going to be pretty cool to see the Commonwealth in action. But yeah, that was the first sneak peek we got. The second one is really interesting also. And that is where we have the Commonwealth person interrogating Princess. So we have this character here, and he's very serious, monotone. He's like, let's start with your name. And yeah, like I said, so there's a character in the comics named Lance Hornsby, who's like one of the major Commonwealth characters. I'm not going to get too much into the comics or anything like that, but yeah, he's one of the major characters. He's like a high-ranking Commonwealth character. And he was part of the group that went out to meet Eugene, like in the comics. So the same thing is happening in the TV show. Eugene and his group is going out to meet Stephanie, but instead, they run into the Commonwealth. So it's very similar. And because there's a lot of focus on him, I think people are thinking that he may be Lance Hornsby, and definitely could be. He kind of does look like him in some ways. In the comics. So yeah, I definitely think this could be that character, and I'm sure we will get a Lance Hornsby on the show. And because he was there when Eugene was there in the comics, it makes sense for him to be here as well. But anyways, yeah, so he's questioning Princess here. He's like, let's start with your name. And then there's like a pause, and he's like, you don't know your name? And then Princess says Princess. So she says Princess, and the guy's like, you think this is a joke? And then she starts asking him about Yumiko. So she's like, how's my friend doing? The girl, you're helping her, right? So apparently, I guess like Yumiko got really hurt. And yeah, in the trailer, it did look like she got hurt. Like the guy, he hit her with the gun, and they're holding these pretty big guns. So that must have hurt. I know I was just making that comparison to Rick. Like Rick was thinking about what Negan did to, the lineup, and that situation was, very bad, where we had people actually die. I don't think they would do that here. I don't think they would take out Yumiko just like that. So I'm sure she's fine, but probably very hurt. Because also in the trailer, we had Yumiko talking to Eugene, asking him, or telling him that, she wants to go help Yumiko because she thinks Yumiko is hurt. So that's something that she's very concerned about. And Yumiko was trying to help her too, which is what kind of caused her to get hit, I think. But anyways, continuing on with the sneak peek, the guy's like, how old are you? And Princess is like 28, 29. I don't know. I could be 50. I lost track a long time ago. So I kind of found that line a little bit funny. And Yumiko Princess is definitely a funny character for sure. I think, she's going to be a character that fits in well with the group. I think fans will like her. It'll be cool to see her interact with some of the other characters, like possibly Negan. Like, it's already been kind of fun seeing her interact with Eugene, because those characters have, like, interesting personalities. So, Yumiko and Negan is, one that I'm looking forward to for sure. But yeah, as we continue on with the sneak peek, yeah, like I said, this character, Lance, if it is Lance, he's very monotone, very serious. He seems pretty angry, and he keeps questioning her, like, where are you from? And Princess doesn't answer. She keeps asking about Yumiko, like, where is she? And then he asked this interesting question that was like, where were you when the fall happened? Obviously meaning like, where were you when the apocalypse started? So that's an interesting question for sure. I'm not really sure why it matters that much. And even Princess herself says, like, why is any of that important? She does end up answering and saying like Pittsburgh, but still, like, that. So they're really questioning all these people. And yeah, they're not that friendly, but I do think we're gonna see them go to their community, and I think maybe some people there will be friendly. It's a huge community, right? Like in the comics, they have like tens and tens and tens of thousands of people. So I think it'll be similar, kind of like with the Saviors, how we had like the lieutenants and people above who were fighting with the group, and then we had a bunch of Saviors just working. So it could be similar like that, where we have like the main people in the Commonwealth who aren't good people. But then, they have just a bunch of people in their community. So maybe they're even questioning them to possibly bring them over to their community. That could be it. Because if they have that many people a part of their community, they probably bring in a lot of people quite frequently. So that also could be why, they're questioning them. But again, they're very aggressive. And even in the trailer, I think one of the Commonwealth people hit Princess. And it might have been Lance too. It's hard to tell because the way they filmed it, like, you can't really see his face. Yeah, very interesting way to film it. Like, you cannot, like, it's very, I had to like in the thumbnails, I had to like put up the exposure up just so you can see his face, because you really cannot see his face. But they're very aggressive towards the main group here. So like, I don't think the group would even want to be a part of a community like this. So, there's a lot of questions to be answered. Like, how did they get so big? What kind of, stuff do they have? Their resources. So very excited to learn more about it. And then at the very end there, Princess asks him, can you just tell me if she's alive? So again, it looks like Yumiko got very injured, and maybe Yumiko even gets separated from the group now because she got injured. Like, maybe they even take her back to, or they take her to the Commonwealth base. That could definitely be a possibility for sure. Again, I don't think they would take out Yumiko like that, but I'm a bit cautious now and, worried for some of the characters, because the show is ending next season. So I feel like the stakes are a lot higher now. I feel like they could take out characters if they want to. I don't think they're going to do it. I think the majority of the characters will still be alive, given that they are still going to be doing things within the Walking Dead universe. But I do feel like in some ways the stakes may be higher, but I think she'll be fine. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. But those were the 2 sneak peeks we got for episode 20. I'm very excited for this episode to see the Commonwealth. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions and theories about what do you think is going to happen. Let me know what you think about the Commonwealth. But again, those were the sneak peeks. I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like rating, and like I said, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we have a lot of Walking Dead content coming up. And as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.